I'm calling in the creator to the CEO who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss. With me, Katrina Julia, as your host, multi-passionate entrepreneur, creator, and CEO who has walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and continues to, with experience in 7+ industries, 7,000+ creators and startups, 2 creators to Fortune 500 brands, including Google, NBC, Victoria's Secret, and more. If you are ready to create it like never before in faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and more, this is the show for you. If this is your time to have freedom in all forms as you create it like a boss, let's create it. Welcome back to Create It With Me series. And today we are talking about my focus for today that actually this episode is a part of on Creator to Cash. So Creator to Cash is my program and experiences for creators to CEOs who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss, with 7 ways to make $7K in 7 days. Definitely tune in and listen to all the ways I share about the free ultimate toolkit, the VIP 101 experience, the course, and the workbook. So how did I create it today? So first, a couple of things that I didn't mention in my last episode. One, I've now outlined my habits down to 7 general habits, meaning my Sacred 7 morning and Sacred 7 night routine. 2, doing internal and external financial flow. So that means prayer, breath work, EFT. That means actually looking at finances, cash flow, projections, etc. Eating and training like an NPC athlete. So those of you that don't know, I've also done now 3 NPC Bikini National Physique Committee competitions and placed top 3 and plan on competing again. And I also want to dance in a performance and will dance in a performance this year, likely in LA. Number 4 is create like a creator to CEO joyfully. This is part of that, and I've definitely completed that for today. Wins. So look at my daily wins, look at my weekly wins. Be, love, and welcome love. That's also tied to my desiring a purpose and passion partner and fiance and husband. And then my Sacred 7 p.m. routine. Ideally by 8 p.m. There are times I make exceptions for trainings, especially as some things overlap with East Coast for me. So then my day for today was already outlined on Sunday and then refined yesterday with an intention of I am creating and receiving 3,500 to 35,000 with Creator to Cash, with creators and CEOs who love to pay me with love, grace, and ease. And I set my alarm for 7:30 and I was actually awake today at 6:45 a.m. Egyptian time, which is roughly 11:45 p.m. on the East Coast, to give you perspective and time. So 5 a.m. club, I have you beat, Robin. Whoop, whoop. One of the reasons why I like being on different time zones. I then dove into my Sacred 7 morning with what I call now 7 by 7. So 7 minutes of 7 focus areas. That's I am. So listening to my affirmations that I've recorded on my phone, prayer and tea, 7 minutes-ish of that, breath work and EFT. Today I did the Wim Hof method of 2 cycles of the breathing. I often do Samantha Skelly. And I did EFT on my own in my own voice. So that takes you into 21 minutes. Then I did I am breath work, prayer and tea. Then I did a message, so reading the Bible and reflecting on prayers, etc. Then journaling I'll do later. So sometimes I do it in the morning, but sometimes I do it later. And music, I listen to music. And that included doing some fasted cardio and stretching. So I did actually over 10 minutes of each of those. So my morning routine went a little bit longer today. And I am prayer, breath work. Let me pull it up because now I'm blanking because I've changed it recently. So I'm not as fluent on it. It's listen to affirmations, music / breath work. So I actually combined today EFT / breath work, prayer and tea, journal, stretching. I mentioned stretching and fasted. My message today was my financial fix from Joyce Meyer that I connected with via the CPE, my continuing professional education with CPA, on essentially like a self-accountable therapy sessions. And today was focused on several activities and a wheel around detachment, which is super powerful, like detaching from expectations, outcomes, results, and not finding your worth in that and not finding your wealth in that. So that was move, message, journal I mentioned will be later, EFT / breath work, prayer, tea, music, and listening to affirmations. So that was this morning. So obviously I woke up early. So all that started to domino early. However, I started and I caught myself really quick. I started to explore more things with Bali, which I talked about the last episode that I was like, wait a minute, Katrina, you might have a collaboration with the villa. I've been trading emails with an incredible villa company. You may get a response from tourism. It's January 30th. Stay focused on Egypt. You're not even going to be going to the 23rd. You have plenty of time to book your flight. You might get a response from Iliad Airways. You've emailed their media department. So slow your roll, pony. Okay. So then I got into creator to cash. So my focus for today is focusing on marketing, launching, sharing, creating, partnering on creator to cash, like everything around the one-on-one experiences, everything around the course, around the workbook, around the toolkit. So I started off in ChatGPT, and let me pull that up if I still have it. I started off in ChatGPT because I wanted to know like more platforms that I could possibly partner with. And for courses, it kept coming up like Kajabi and others, but I was looking for some that I might be able to bundle and share my offer with. And I had found some previously that I had pitched, but not gotten results yet. And then I was Googling and researching sponsors across Boss Babe and Create Cultivate. And I found myself getting distracted. So I stopped myself and I was like, it was about 10 minutes ish of relevant information, but also getting distracted. And I was like, bloop, 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 bloop. Hold on, Katrina. Bring it back, girl. Come back here. And so I went back to Apollo.io. And many of you have heard me talk about Apollo. And if you haven't, definitely check out on my YouTube channel, Limitless Global Girl, on my blog post, if you prefer to possibly see it visually, 5 steps to launch like a boss, and or on the show. It's repurposed. I talk about it a lot there. It is an incredible IO tool, intelligent outreach, that I learned about from Jessica, the sponsorship lady, on being able to find key decision makers. So I specifically sourced by decision makers that I wanted to partner with specific brands on the creator to cash VIP experience, the courses and or the toolkit, and or possibly on my retreats. So if you haven't checked out my retreats, you can definitely check those out in the bit.ly, in the link in the show notes, bit.ly / create it like a boss via both Creators Go Global. And you'll find videos there and testimonials and different things, and also via the creator community as well. And actually, let me clarify. There's a creator to CEO community that's free on the second link when you look. And if you scroll down, there's a creator to CEO, there's a community link that includes both online and live that summarizes everything. So just to clarify. So I found the decision makers and I sent them a short and sweet to the point pitch where I outlined about me. I outlined results that I've received. I outlined ways to partner. And then I outlined an amazing graphic that I created in Canva, and then I outlined a form and or a schedule link that they could schedule time, 15 minutes with me. So a couple of things on that. You guys, you can see that the pitch is very intentional. There's credibility, there's positioning, there's partnering, and there's ease. And then I put at the end, PS, if you're not the right person for this, please send it to the right person. Feel free to hit reply. And then the other thing I want to point out to you is it's short. It's 15 minutes. Because I learned as an ex corporate exec, there was a time in my life where I exceeded every boundary. I didn't value myself, didn't value my time, people pleaseaholic, was 55 plus pounds heavier, so many different things. And I realized at one point, and then I would get frustrated and resentful. Surprise, surprise. It's what happens when you're burned out. And I realized at one point that I, was allowing 30 plus hours a week in meetings alone. And not only that, but then I started to get really pissed. And then I started to set boundaries, and I realized it was my fault that some of those meetings were repeat meetings because other grown ass, yes, I said ass, adults were not doing what they were supposed to do. Meaning we would have a meeting, talk about things. People would get assigned certain things. And we're talking multi-million-dollar projects, you guys, with people that are paid $200,000, $300,000 a year or more. So you expect your grown-ass man, grown-ass woman, we've just set a project and a deadline. We expect you're going to get things done, right? Not always. And then we have another meeting because A, B, and C didn't get the work done. And so after this second time that happened, I remember distinctly, I started packing up my stuff and I did not care. I was like, hey, you guys, I've done my part, and so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so have not done their part. So I'm leaving and I'm regaining my time back. And in the future, please do not invite me on meetings that are repeat meetings for people to feel productive when really we're wasting time because you haven't gotten your work done. Like if you were in school right now, you'd get an F. Or if it were up to me, you'd be fired. Sorry, not sorry. Like you didn't communicate in advance. Okay, I understand, and I am all for compassion, and I will give all the grace in the world. If you communicate, you're sick, something happened to your kid, there was an emergency, but you didn't communicate. There was no emergency. You simply decided to ignore that you had shit to do. Like, so I'm laughing now because I can't believe I used to allow that stuff. And then that coming from that girl, this was circa what year is this? 2007. Coming from that girl through like 29, 10 to now, you guys, I oftentimes don't have a single meeting in my week because meetings often are not needed, especially if you're focusing more and more on online, and or B, if you're working one-on-one with brands or ongoing retainers, usually it's simply an online onboarding and then maybe a meeting 2 to 3 times a month with professionals that get things done and see that you're getting things done, and you update them on, like I often do weekly wrap-ups on email that are clearly outlined with the links to the documents. So if we have a meeting to cover any quick questions, like usually they ask me questions on email and everything's there. And if they have they answer the quick question. And if they want to have a quick, meeting, or somebody else is getting looped in on the results or whatever the case is on the CFO or the CMO side, it's a quick 15 to 20-minute meeting. And they respond to the work as it's being done, like whatever their decision makers need to, it needs to happen, right? So I digress, but I think that was an important point for people to know. So I realized as I was going through AI Chat GPT, and then I sent out those pitches to that 15-minute meeting, I sent out those pitches to 25 plus decision makers, and I entered in that information in my scorecard. So my scorecard, I keep track of things on a dashboard in ClickUp, and I also teach people that in my programs and courses, both online and live. And I also keep a scorecard. So in my scorecard, I have a 2024 scorecard, which I track goals across brands, VIP, creator, to CEO programs, and Herbalife and other tips, tools, and tech. And then I track metrics from leads to B2B to meetings to launches, and then metrics across conversions with business to business, sales, etc. And then I have one for social media. email subscribers, web traffic, YouTube, podcasts, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. So everything gets looked at a minimum on a weekly and then more intensively on a monthly basis and oftentimes daily. And in that scorecard, I also track a manifester on a day by day basis. And in today's manifester, I put in the number of people that I outreached times a low ball estimate of 3,500 times a 10% conversion. Meaning I might get some responses, I might get some meetings, I might, that might happen this week, that might happen next week, et cetera. But it's setting up, an estimate of about $10,000-ish. And that's the other thing too. I've learned under promise, over deliver, and underestimate. And I don't even know, that's not even a word, but underestimate and over actualize your results. I guess if that's a thing, right? Basically, like, underestimate your results and then watch them come in exponentially, and then you feel like a rock star all around, right? And then the people you work with are also pleasantly surprised all around. Okay, so back to today, and then so that was me reaching out to Apollo on the pitches, and then I realized, I said boundary course. I realized then I could send out 2 more emails and increase bonuses. So I had the epiphany, and this is exclusively on my email list, that I realized, I said, wait a minute, on the VIP, and I already had a couple inquiries and emails and different things already transitioning and moving, and the conversion's definitely improving. And so I realized, like, what else can I do? Who else can I be? And what else can I do to increase the authenticity, the community, the connection, and the cash? And I realized, I said, wait a minute, on the VIP one-on-ones, I can add in 2 bonuses with my Moneymaker course and my How to Create Online Courses in a Week course, which are valued at over $800 just on pure price value, but easily over thousands of dollars in value, especially when you apply, right? And if you're curious, you can definitely check out those freebies via the link in the show notes. If you go to the 75 plus tips, tools, and tech, they're all linked within there. And then you can also find them via my website from there under freebies. So both sides. And so I realized on the VIP one-on-one, I'm going to offer that. And then I realized on the course, I can offer the Moneymaker course bonus that includes mindset, 6-pack of wealth, and so much more. That essentially, in terms of girl math, if you follow along that trend on social media, that makes the Creator to Cash course that's $700 currently, with 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days, free with all the other bonuses, right? So, and I've partnered with Afterpay. So payments are available alongside Afterpay, even if you don't have a credit card. So I set up those 2 emails with the bonuses, mentioning the finances. So those are done already and scheduled for today and for Thursday. And then I had the epiphany of, you know what? I've taken my Fun Fridays to a whole new level. What about if I go ahead and schedule out emails for Fun Fridays promoting that other creators to CEOs start implementing a Fun Friday? So I did just that. And in my next episode, I think, let me make sure. Oh, no. In my next episode, I'm going to be talking about gratitude and financing with specifically 7 ways to make 7K. Then the next episode, I am covering top 10 Cyprus things to do, because that content all got completed. Then I'm going to be talking about Fun Friday, which of course is going to be released on Friday. And whether you listen to on Friday or not is up to you. So all the emails for those things are already done. And then I am in process now of time batching and blocking my time to record all of those shows. So all of those shows that I just listed out are going to be recorded today, which is Tuesday, and scheduled out to Friday as well. And usually what happens is, as I create, I get more divine downloads for different things to create, going out as well. So, and then I am crystal clear on my social, which I'm going to do after that. So it is 11:30 a.m. right now, Egyptian time, which is 4:30 a.m. East Coast time. Whoop, whoop, still beating 5 a.m., like on and on and on. Um, and then I'm going to do the social, which on social, I already am crystal clear on what episodes I'm sharing that tie to 7 ways to make 7K with a dance, with Larnaca, with typing to tell you, and several other things with content. And you guys, it's blowing me away because I have a easily over 100 different videos in my reels. And I still have some from Mexico that I haven't shared that I am saving because they're awesome and I'm going to share them. I am in Egypt and I still have several in Larnaca and Cyprus. And between Larnaca, Paphos, Ayia Napa, and am focusing on clearing those. I've started sharing Egypt in my stories, but I haven't shared it yet on my feed because I have so much content. I did share a video on Egypt already on my YouTube channel. It's awesome. I'm so proud of it, especially the intro and the outro. I did it on CapCut. Definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. I am over 1,000 subs on YouTube, over close to 300,000 views. So super, super grateful at Limitless Global Girl. So definitely subscribe. Check me out there. Uploaded some of those, I think, on Sunday. So that is the outline for today. And then I've added in, so I'm actually ahead because I was going to do the top 10 Cyprus and different things tomorrow, but I realized like I'm doing so well that I'm doing that today. So that way tomorrow I'm strictly focused on brand creator and on retreats and pitching brands further to create even more impact and influence. And then it is, like I said, 11:30. I'm allocating, oh wow, I'm allocating another hour to be generous. So that's 12:30. I don't think it's going to take me that much time. I think the shows are going to take me another 30 minutes. And then I think social is going to take me 30. So yeah, I may be right at 12:30. Then I'm going to eat again, and then I'm going to head to the beach. And that's 1:30, you guys. And I'm going to be at the beach probably till like 4 because it's crazy. Like I was in Egypt before in June and it's super, super hot, like ridiculously hot. Like you feel like you're in an oven baking. And then January, which I saw the temperatures, but I didn't realize like the morning and when you're not super close to the beach or under the sun, it's really breezy. So I literally have sweatshirts on, and the evenings past sunset, like for me, get chilly. So I have sweatshirts on. I'm running to get in the house like at 4:30. Like it's hilarious. Um, and then I have for the rest at 5, like once I'm back in the house, eat, and then focus some more on social because for the Create It Today channel, I want to create some graphics and I'm already clear exactly what those graphics are going to be, the colors, the themes, how I'm scaling them with my VA, how I'm duplicating them in repurposing them as joints in Instagram, how they're repurposed across channels with repurpose.io. And then I'm going to clear, I have some more things to read on later, which is another amazing social media tool. It's in my 75 plus tips, tools, and tech. So I can clear that out. And then I have some flex time of about an hour and a half. And then I have a live session with Time Genius with Marie Forleo and all the amazing, amazing mentors like Shantae and Anne and Uchechi and so many others and Kelsey that I have come to know and love online and live, even because I've been on live as well. So that is your Create It With Me snapshot from today, Tuesday, January 30th. Let me know. Would leave it if you leave a review on the show so I can shout you out. Let me know what else you want me to cover. And I would love to see you in the Creator to Cash or Creator to CMO or the other Creator to CEO series. And as always, remember, create, transform, and inspire. You are born to. This is for you, dear Creator to CEO. If you want to create cash VIP style, if you feel like no matter how hard you try, you can't create wealth, you're not alone. Despite the great resignation and increasing entrepreneurship, stats and studies show that 80% of women entrepreneurs make less than $100,000, with a staggering amount of women creators to CEOs feeling the same way. It may only mean one thing. Our approach gets to change from a creator to a CEO. We get to increase our worth, our wonder, and our wealth. Creator to Cash with 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days will help you do just that. So you want to know all about the VIP experience? You are not alone, dear friend. In the VIP experience, you get a intimate initial 2+ week experience. You get a pre-experience assessment with a value of over $3,000. You get a marketing and money audit with over a value of over $3,000 right when you join in. You get a private initial one-on-one sesh with me and or the community to dive into the results and breakthroughs from those assessments and for us to really get to know each other. You get an incredible Creator to Cash roadmap. You get tips, tools, and tech with an incredible templates with a dashboard, with a scorecard, and project management step by step that outlines these 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days that you get to rinse and repeat over and over and over again. Value easily over hundreds of thousands of dollars as you create it. Because imagine you create even potentially even 7 different products within a year and you get to even 7K in 7 days 7 times. That's 50 plus K. And that is saying that you are aligned, you are acting, and you are taking action. Plus, you get everything in the 7 ways to make 7K online course with lifetime access, including my ongoing updates. Plus, you get the 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days workbook and audio. That alone is another value of easily over $7,000. You get another private session with me and or the community within the first 14 days to cover the Creator to Cash roadmap and the tips, tools, and tech. Plus, you get Create It Monthly for 7 months. Plus, you get Transformation Toolkits for 7 months. And I'm running an incredibly amazing beta deal that is not $7,000, which would still easily be less than 10% of the value, but it's $3,500 for all of that. On top of that, we are also partnered with Afterpay. So you get to also, depending on your own current circumstances, you get to align with Afterpay in order to finance that as well. I can't wait to see you create it. Depending on where you are at as a creator, you may love my 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days immersive and interactive experience with the workbook. And or the 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days course where you get lifetime access and you get to rinse and repeat the results over and over and over again. Check it out in www.bit.ly/create-it-like-a-boss. All the chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel so you create a life and business already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagement. Let's create it.